Hey guys, I'm here at a property, about to help out a friend make a video over there, and he needed my mower and stuff. And while I'm sitting here waiting, people have been asking me this week about how I started, and I don't really know how to answer that, so I'm just gonna try the best I can, and I may make a follow-up one. Maybe talk about some of the equipment I had and things like that when I first started. So I'm not really sure what people are wanting to know about that situation, about me starting out. But dude, I just wanted to be successful at something, you know? I didn't care what it was. I could have been, if I knew I'd be successful at cleaning toilets, I would have done that. But I had no idea what I could do, whether it be a lawyer, a janitor. I just wanted to be successful. You know, I was going to school to eventually get into law school, and I had a friend who was falling on hard times. He was a building contractor, so he could build houses, and I was always impressed and admired that about him. And he fell on hard times, and he lost his job. And I said, dude, what can we do for you to get back on your feet? Because, I mean, I believe in you. And he said, if I were to ever start a new business, I would do landscaping. And so I said, whoa, okay. So what do you need? And we got the basic things, you know, that we needed, a trailer, mower, things like that. And anyway, so we started doing bids for full installs first, because that's kind of his background. He just knew some contractors, and he had an in that way. So we started installing, lawns, gardens, trees, grass. Anyway, those jobs only came like once every 3 weeks. And so by the time the next job came, we always had trouble finding workers, because they didn't stick around waiting for us to get another job in those early days. So anyway, long story short, he only did a few of those jobs, and then he got a job offer in Colorado, and he told me that he had to quit. And I was like, dude, we started this for you. And he's like, I know. And anyway, long story short, he quit. And I said, if you leave, we're done, because, I invested a lot into this for you to just walk away. And he said, I'm sorry, man. And he walked away. And so I decided, I invested too much to just quit. So I started doing some maintenance, because I wanted some workers. I wanted my workers to stick around. I didn't want them to leave every time we needed a new job. So anyway, so that's what I started doing, and it was different, when you're installing full installs for contractors, there's no appreciation. It's all about, hey, how fast can you get it done? Hey, what's the cheapest you can get it done, and all this kind of thing. So when I started doing maintenance, I started speaking with the homeowners, and I remember my first job, dude. I did a garden cleanup. I took out some shrubs, I took out some rock, and I didn't know how to bid that kind of thing, so I lost money on that job for sure. But anyway, the lady came out. She was so happy when I was done. The job took me like 3 days, 2 full days, and then I was touching up on that last third day. And she came out, gave me a hug, was crying. She was so happy the job I did, and I never felt that appreciated in my life. And that was the day I knew that this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life, because I finally found something that I was good at. Like I said, if I knew I could be successful and feel good and feel like my dreams, I could accomplish my dreams by doing something. Whether that, thankfully, it's lawn care, landscaping, lawn maintenance. Thank goodness that's what it is for me. But had I known, had I been cleaning toilets and I would have been successful at that, and I would have thought that I could make all my dreams come true doing that as a profession, that's what I would be doing right now. But luckily, it's lawn maintenance. And so that's kind of how I got started. And once I knew what I wanted to do the rest of my life, I just put everything I have into it. From education, I went and got a degree in landscape design and construction. I just focused on this business from that moment on. I just knew that this is what I was gonna do to make all my dreams come true, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I don't know if that answers your question of how I got started. Probably not. You probably want to know what mowers I used and what I had to do. I didn't have a truck when I first started. I had a Scion TC, Kent Style Edition, brand new. I don't remember what year that was, but I decided I had to sell it because I wanted to make this change in my life and do lawn care. So I needed a truck. I wanted to get some more information, some education. So I had to sell it. So basically I sold it and I paid off the difference. It was a brand new car. So I sold it to somebody. I think I owed like 20. I sold it for 15 and I paid the 5 that was left over just to get rid of it and start this new life that I'm now engulfed in. And that was almost 8 years ago. So anyway, I didn't have a truck. I used my father-in-law's van. Luckily, it had a tow package on it, so I could tow a trailer. And I started renting. I would rent. I would go to all the different rental chains and until I found one that was reasonable. Man, that's the thing. I'm not a penny pincher on everything, but on some things you definitely have to shop around. And I think finding a rental company that works for you, that's the most affordable and has the equipment that you like, that's important to find the right one. So luckily the one I found is actually the closest one, but that was the last one I went to because I went to all these big name ones first. And I come to find out they were basically ripping me off. But anyway, so I would rent all my equipment, not all of the equipment. I bought a little Craftsman Honda from Sears, you know. I didn't know there was a difference with commercial quality and consumer quality. I just thought you had a mower and you're good to go. So that was something I had to learn when my mowers were just breaking down I don't know, man. It felt like every week something went wrong with one of my mowers, either the engine or the tires, wheels. So I was spending so much money just repairing those things. That's when I realized I knew I had to buy commercial quality stuff. As far as how many customers I had, I walked around my neighborhood. I put flyers up as far as I could walk. And from that, I got maybe 10 customers, and it just kind of built from there. I was doing $30 a lawn. I found out that was a little too high for my market, so I went down. Well, my immediate walking market, I should say, not the whole city, but where I was living, $30 was kind of a little too high. So I went down to 29, walked again, 28. When I did 28.50, that's when I started getting calls. So I call that testing the market, because I started at 30 and I would wait and wait. I'd walk again with a new flyer. Pretty much all the same house. Did 29, still nobody. When I did 28.50, that's when I started getting calls. And for the longest time, that was my lowest price, was 28.50. But now I don't even offer that 28.50 price anymore. Now I think the lowest is like 36, I think. So, you know, you learn as you go, and when you start out, you're definitely going to be a little cheaper because you just want to get your foot in the door, and there's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, I'm going to go find my buddy and see if he's ready. Guys, look how big this property is. It's 30,000 square feet. we do the guest house over there. All this front, that side. Basically, it's a whole street they made into a yard. It's freaking awesome. We usually end the route at this house so we can have everybody here. So as soon as everybody's done with their route, they show up here and they end up doing some work. So we've got like a gardener working in the gardens, you know, shrub pruning. We've got 4 Motex, you know, between mowing and trimming. I can't find anybody right now. I think they're all downhill or in the backyard. There's Justin. I've even got, oh wait, where is he? There he is. I've even got the Pest and Lawn Ginger shooting a video. Here with me. I think I hear somebody coming. There's Will. My buddy Jared.
Hi.
The Pest and Lawn Ginger.
Oh.
Are we on?
No.
Hey, if you guys don't know, follow this guy's channel.
Pest and Lawn Ginger.
Dude,
I
what
look
do you
like the garden gnome. What do you do?
The garden gnome. What do you usually show people on your channel?
So my channel is all about diagnostics and just helping people through the chemical process on how to recover a lawn. I'll tell you a little secret though, 90% of the issues are gonna come about too much water or lack of water. Call Freddie for your sprinklers, he does a great job.
Right on. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the darkest green lawn. This is one of my lawns that I fertilize. See that? Totally the darkest green lawn in the entire block. There's one lawn, so let me try and compare it. This one across the street. See how green this lawn is? There's one over here, I think where that white car is, that's about as green. Other than that, every lawn doesn't even come close. But this customer is really upset with me because of the brown spots. Right there, see? And I don't blame them, but it's a watering issue. It has nothing to do with my fertilizer program. So I'm feeling the need to, I don't know, hire somebody that could just tweak sprinkler systems all day. I don't know, maybe just a pipe dream, but you know, I think it might be necessary. So I don't know how to explain it, but what is the order of operations when you pull up to a house? Let's just say for a one-man crew, for one man, what's the order of operation and the simplest way to describe it?
Edge, trim, mow, and blow.
That's it. Okay, now what happens when you got somebody with you? What's the order of operation? Who does what?
The other guy's gonna edge and trim, and I'm gonna mow.
Okay.
Then we'll blow together at the end.
And that's it?
That's the way.
So what's the key to that situation working? Since one guy's only mowing, the other one's doing trimming and edging.
What's the key to it?
What's the key to making that work?
It's for the edge of the trimmer to clear the way.
To be done before the mower.
Yeah, but you still need to clear the way.
What's clear the way mean? Oh, like the clippings?
No, clear the way. Like make it all easy to just go right around. So
Oh yeah. So the edging.
Yes.
So like the trimming the corners, so the big mower can turn and not miss a beat.
Yes, sir.
Like so that the corner that the mower can't reach looks the same height.
Yes, sir.
big mower actually finished, and now he's touching up where the big mower couldn't get behind those trees. So he's still mowing while the trimmer guy is finishing up. Now, had the big mower guy finish, he would start air blowing, because it seems like this trimmer is still going. And so whoever finishes first does the air blowing. And that to me is just the same as the trimmer guy beating the mow guy. So as long as by the time the air blowing gets done, both people should be done. And that's hopefully what's gonna happen here. I didn't tell these guys like to go any faster or anything. I just pulled up and asked Will what the order of operations was. And so I'm just letting them go and see how it goes, because I know they usually finish lawns fast, and it has to be because they're doing that system. The trimmer beats the mow guy. So there he is. The trimmer guy actually beat the mow guy because he's still finishing up with touching up with the mower. Now Will is a perfectionist. He doesn't, you know. So now the guy with the air blower is gonna do the sidewalk, and that is how you go from house to house. Now I don't know why Will is going, touching up every place. Maybe because I'm here. Maybe he's just making sure he's getting everything done. But the thing is, the guy with the mower does all the mowing, and the guy with the trimmer should never have to touch a mower, as long as he's got plenty of trimming and edging to do, and then he can leaf blow, and this will be done. From the time I got here and I started talking with them until the time they left, it was exactly 20 minutes. Now, this isn't the biggest property, but it's definitely not the smallest property either. So, and you can see they did a great job, and it was one guy doing all the edging, trimming, and air blowing, and the other guy just did the mower. Now again, Will did take a little bit of extra time with that little mower, doing some touch-up work. Don't know if he was just kind of, staying busy while the other guy was still working. But Will is a perfectionist, and I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he does all the time at all these houses. But I was really impressed with this visit. I hardly ever come out and watch these guys, but I was really impressed. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later. The following is a clip I made after watching the guys work yesterday, recording them. I thought, and I was editing the next video, and I thought, I could make a Facebook ad with this. So check it out. Tell me what you think. Okay, so today's day 3 of that campaign ad that I did. I put down $100 towards that campaign, and $25 of that has been spent. So if I were to stop the campaign right now, $25 would have been spent, and that would be it. But I'm going to let the full $100 ride to see how it does and how many views I can get out of it. But you know, I don't know. Like, it's day 3, so day 1 I don't really want to count because it was 8 p.m. or even 9 p.m. when I posted that ad. And so the next day, we got 5 first-time mows. So I don't know if it was from the ad or not. I don't know, but pretty interesting. We haven't gotten 5 in one day in a while, and they were all brand new first-time calls. It wasn't like somebody calling back. It was first-time customers. So I'm attributing them to the video, but it's hard to say for sure. I should have asked, but I didn't. So anyway, and then today on day 3, we didn't get any first-time mows. I don't even know if we got any phone calls. Actually, we did. We got a couple customers, but they weren't for mowing. One was for garden work, and another one was for fertilizer. So it was a pretty slow day, but that was fine. So I don't know. I think it's a good video ad to have constantly going. So I may leave it up there just always during the mow season, and maybe just put a little less down for that campaign, so that just, you know, it'll just pop up whenever somebody, you know, mentions mowing or something like that. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so Justin just pulled up with his helper. Question.
Okay.
What is the order of operations? Like when you pull up to a house.
You edge, you trim, and then you mow.
Okay.
Then you blow, then you spray.
All right, what about your helper? So what do you do if you got 2 people? That's if you one person.
Okay.
What about 2?
He's gonna start edging, and I'm gonna start mowing. I work from the big stuff down. He works from the little stuff up.
Okay, so when he's done edging, what does he do?
Then he'll trim.
Okay, what if he's done edging and trimming? Is there ever a time you get off the mowers?
No.
Okay. Are there any exceptions ever?
When I get to a house that has to be the backyard, I can't fit that in.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. I edge and trim, and he does the little mower.
So basically, there are times where you know the property pretty good and you say, hey, let's do this.
Yes.
And so that's totally cool.
Yes.
And for the most part, I don't know if you follow the order of operations all the time, but as long as there's no complaints, I don't really care. But let's just assume somebody comes from the other crew and they never met you. It'd be easier to have an order of operations, wouldn't you say?
Yes. But I'm sure that the other crew has their own way of...
No, it's all the same. Edging, trimming,
Right.
mowing.
Right. I understand.
They have different houses they've never seen. So sometimes you've got to be like, you know, follow the order of operations like normal.
Right.
If nobody says anything, it's order of operations. But so here's another thing. Let's say your helper, a customer complains because the trimming around the tree is horrible. What happens?
That's my fault.
Okay, why?
Because I'm supposed to walk the property before I leave.
Okay, that's because you're a crew leader. But basically, we know it was your helper.
Right.
Because they're always trimming.
Right, but I then would say, hey, we need to work on this.
Yeah, of course. We'd be like, all right, well, we'll talk to the trimmer guy.
Yeah.
But if it keeps happening, then it's on you because, come on, dude, you're not looking and he's already had complaints.
Right.
Not our guy. Our guy's awesome. Our helpers are awesome. Anyway, okay, cool. Thanks. I'm going to just hang out here for a little bit. The reason that that's the order of operations with one person is because when you're edging and then you trim, there's clippings everywhere, and the mower can actually mulch that up, so it makes the cleaning easier. So that's why It's edging, trim, and mow. It's kind of good. This is a good refresher for the guys. I haven't talked to them about this in a while, possibly even since last season for this guy, because he's been with me so long. But anyway, so the way that we have our crew set up is that one person is designated with the big mower. Over the years, I've actually had employees, start whining and bitching that they want to get on the big mower because they're just tired of walking with the edger and trimmer all day. And I would give in. I would say, okay, well, let's switch it up a little bit. But no, to be honest with you, the leaders, me, I've paid my dues. I shouldn't be walking around the edger and trimmer. That's the way I look at it. I mean, you can call me heartless or whatever, but I've paid my dues. I don't need to be walking around all day with the edger and trimmer. If I've got my big mower, I'm going to use it. So that's kind of how the crew leaders feel too. You know what I mean? They've been with me for a long time. These young guys are learning. They've got to learn how to edge and trim really good before they hop on any big mower. So that's kind of the culture we have here. And nobody complains. They just know that's just the way it is. Everybody just comes to work, does their job, and it's been working out really good. The important thing, this is what Will was talking about, that the corners get trimmed out really good so that the big mower can come and churn without missing a beat. This homeowner leaves water out for these guys. That's really cool. I like to see that kind of thing because it shows that the homeowner likes the mow guys, and to me it's a sign of they're doing a good job. So that's their way of giving them a tip or something like that, you know what I mean? So that's cool. I may have some of it. So there, now he's air blowing, and Justin actually has to do a garden weed treatment. So while you're getting ready, while you're getting this ready, what is this that you're doing?
I'm just gonna spray her gardens.
Weeds?
Weeds, part of her bundle treatment.
Huh?
Part of the bundle.
Oh yeah, so on this property we're supposed to also spray some of her flower beds, so zap them with Roundup every visit. So you just go by. At this point, are there any weeds?
Not so many.
No.
Not so many. I've got them pretty much under control here.
Yeah.
So if I see a new one, I spray it. If it's small enough, I just pull it.
Yeah. So we mark anything that has Roundup purple. So we spray paint everything that Roundup goes into, so we don't ever mix anything else like fertilizer into anything that had Roundup in it, or else it'll kill whatever we're trying to spray. Sorry guys, I worked hard too. We were just talking to the homeowner. She really likes these guys, so that's the thing, you know, like me, I'm never here, so when I see those dry spots, it really kind of makes me wonder. And when I see him, you know, trim a little low here where the mower there's a dip in there, so the mower kind of scalped a little bit. You know, my initial reaction is to be like, bro, what's going on? But, you know, after seeing him, you know, talk with the homeowner and see the relationship they have, dude, it's all good. You know what I mean? So that's important, is that your guys actually, you know, are approachable and can talk to the customers. I think if you can do that, that helps eliminate some of the nitpickiness of customers. I mean, obviously we want to do a great job, and some of these dry spots are not our fault. That has to do with watering and sprinkler coverage and things like that. And we weren't hired to do any of that kind of work here, so it's really not our fault. So, but you know, some customers, they don't care. They want somebody to blame. But if your guys can have a good relationship with your customers, that's cool. All right, we done here?
Almost.
I wonder how long this one took. About 20 minutes?
I could tell you.
Yeah, once you stop job,
But yeah, it didn't take us very long at all. This house isn't very big.
no, this one didn't take very long, especially when you had to help trim too.
Yeah.
You know?
It didn't take very long at all. All right,
Well, thanks guys. See, I won't micromanage anymore for the day. So it's 11 o'clock on Thursday, and I am gonna take the rest of the day off and take my son fishing. I haven't been hanging out with him, and I was just thinking about him this week, and I just feel like I need to spend more time with him. I think I'm at a good place where I could leave work. I'm just gonna go take him out fishing today and maybe try and make more time like that regularly. Let's see how it goes. What's up, buddy?
Hi.
You ready?
Yes.
Well, I still got to get ready, but yeah, this could be fun, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Going.
Good?
Good. Isn't this fun, relaxing?
Yeah.
Man, when was the last time you went fishing, dude?
A while.
Yeah. So how's life treating you, bud?
Good.
Everything good? You enjoying your summer break?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we've got about a month left, so we need to enjoy it, you know? Yeah, I'm at Antelope National Park, and yeah, there's just some bison behind me. Just chilling.
Eating.
It's kind of far on this picture.